it stop. You ain't here, I'm the real truth. Hunters, real blue, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping like mildew. They say you don't visit the hood, dog, I still do. A real one, only difference, my bill's bigger. I'm still with ya, I just got rich a little quicker. The same man, God handed me his game plan. I ain't perfect, far from it, what can I say, man? I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. It felt like yesterday, I was just driving my grandma's Chevrolet. From South Carolina to Maryland, I take the jet today. I'm still on the come up, I'm still building my resume. I still got a lot to prove, but still I'm heavyweight. I still gotta watch my moves. They try to defamate my character, but I won't let them. It's always checkmate. I'm still screaming, the world hope she. Mother Nature's my first shorty, watch how I go ballistic and I'm so terrific. Accounts is copacetic. I don't need no permission, but I'm so indebted to this game that I love, and most of all to the man above. Now check me out, now it's just that Fridays was serving the greens. Before I was popping, I was nursing my dreams. Now I ain't never been a gangster, but I know a few things. I just rather get the bag and start collecting the rings. I done spoke too much, close curtain and scene. I am not a human being, I'm a full machine. I ain't holier than thou, I don't judge, I sing. Just staying down for the come up till I reign supreme.
As we'll see Andy Dalton and the New Orleans Saints taking on Kenny Pickett and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers, the AFC champion, taking on the NFC champions, the New Orleans Saints. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, excited for this one. I mean, Charles, the Steelers back in the Super Bowl once again, their 9th appearance overall, second only to the Patriots' 11. But if the Steelers win this one, then they'd be on top of the all-time win standings, as it would be their 7th title.
What a franchise. Come on, join me for a minute, okay? Come back to the 1970s with me. Back to the steel curtain defense. Back to Terry Bradshaw, quarterback. Throwing to Lynn Swann and John Stallworth. Franco Harris running the football with Rocky Blyer. That team was something, all right? And that started the path to where we are right here, right now. This team's pretty good, too. And they want their own history. What an accomplishment this would be to win a 7th Super Bowl title for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Meanwhile, for the New Orleans Saints, what a ride this year under Dennis Allen. He takes over for Sean Payton, instills what seemed to be a new sense of purpose in his players, and they find themselves in the big game for just the 2nd time in franchise history.
Partner, you got to tip your hat to them, because we remember that string of really tough playoff losses. But how about this franchise persevering? They had a sensational draft, an even better offseason, and they gelled as a unit, and now they have a chance to hoist the Lombardi Trophy for a 2nd time.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
When the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. From midfield here, Dalton. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Dalton's throw complete there to Thomas. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Another chance for Dalton. It's Hill, complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Here's Dalton. And he's got the hook up to Landry. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Dalton now to pass. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Saints are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Will Lutz on for the point after. It's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Sims going to go ahead and hold on to this one, and they'll start at the 25. And the Steelers set to take the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It was Cameron Jordan who came in and got him. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Pickett back to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Andy Dalton. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Kamara trying again. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Passing, it's Dalton. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Saints will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. One quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 14-0 is our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pickett now on 1st down. It's brought in by Harris. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Harris running straight ahead, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run again with Harris. Oh, what a move. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive.
Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Play action here with Dalton. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. Kamara up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Dalton here from the gun. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big time.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Sims going to go ahead and hold on to this one, and they'll start at the 25. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's taken to the 26. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Dalton, 1st and 10. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. A give. This is Kamara. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. To throw here, Dalton. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Pickett to throw on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Pickett. And his throw is incomplete.
A lot of incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've come upon halftime in the big one.
Well, one of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. So Dalton now. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Dalton.
Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Dalton operating in the red zone now.
Slant pass complete to Olave.
Touchdown, Saints. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game.
And the Saints are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
3rd quarter action in Super Bowl 57. Here's a 2nd and 10. Now here's a throw. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Kamara off the draw. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Play fake. Here's Dalton. Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practice.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Arthur Maulet. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They hand this off to Harris. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 10 more there and another first down. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness.
That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Steelers are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
76 yards on the ground for him so far. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
And Dalton to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The busy night continues for Kamara. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situation.
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Pickett. And here's Freiermuth again.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Pickett to his tight end, Freiermuth, for the Steeler first.
To the air on first down with Pickett. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cameron Jordan, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on 2nd and long. Pickett setting up the screen. Harris. Touchdown! Najee Harris, 34 yards. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Boswell good with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Dalton's throw taken in by Landry.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Not running. Dalton wants to throw. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. 30. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that would pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all. What a play here. Another pick 6 in the Super Bowl. Big spot. Andy Dalton. Quick slant. That's caught by the 5'11" Landry. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Dalton wants to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. All right, here's Dalton. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face, mistakes there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25. So here's Pickett and the Steelers.
Down by 10, a minute 4 on the clock. They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in this Super Bowl.
Looking to throw here, Pickett.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
That's to Freiermuth.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Pickett to throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. One final shot for Pickett.
That's caught by Sims. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. And the Lombardi Trophy is headed back to the Bayou. The New Orleans Saints, Super Bowl champions. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.